Alright, welcome everybody, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Cameron Gwynn sitting here by himself by his lonesome. Jimmy's not here with me because, guess what? We're only going to be talking about soccer. That's it. You're going to be kicking it with me for a solid, who knows, 10-15 minutes. We'll see how it goes. But some big news from a player that I really like. You guys probably know if you're soccer fans, Angel Di Maria. He was sentenced to 1 year in prison after admitting tax fraud, and he, according to the story that I read on ESPN, he's actually unlikely to face that much jail time due to the Spanish law because it happened in Spain. And what they do in Spain, and Messi was able to get out of it too because he had a 21-month sentence a couple years ago, I believe. But the way it works in Spain is if you don't really have a criminal record of any sort, like Di Maria doesn't and Messi does not, and your punishment is less than 2 years, I believe, you can either go on probation or actually just go to jail. So I'm sure these guys picked to just go on probation, and I'm sure PSG is going to be fine with Di Maria's decision. He's, like I said, not likely to face any jail time because of that Spanish law. So that's cool. Di Maria, good for you. I don't know why this happens to so many soccer players. It's really, really weird. Like I said, it happened to Messi, it happened to Di Maria. It's also happened to Ronaldo before. It happened to Neymar, I believe, back in his home country, Brazil, with his father, I think, is what it was. And then Jose Mourinho, the coach of Man U, it's also happened to him. It happens very, very often to soccer players, and I don't know if it's just because they're making mistakes somehow, just not realizing what they're doing. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? And all those happened in Spain, by the way, for the Mourinho, Messi, Ronaldo, and Di Maria. Very odd. Who knows? Maybe they just think that's an easy country to do it at. I don't know, but whatever. So let's get to some transfers. We got Lucas Lima, the Brazilian. He is going to be signing with Barcelona. It's actually kind of a funny story how he decided that he was going to sign. He was playing poker with Neymar. And you know, the Lucas Lima is the Brazilian who played for Santos. Neymar used to play there, and now they're both going to be playing for Barca. He's a 26-year-old midfielder, so he's a little on the older side, but he's got Rakitic and Iniesta to fight with. So who knows how much playtime he's really going to get, assuming any. I mean, when you got Rakitic and Iniesta that you got to work against, it's kind of hard to deal with. So that's one transfer that we're looking at. And then one that's not really a transfer, just kind of didn't do anything with, is Man U decided that Ibrahimovic is no longer going to be with Man U. That's crazy, right? But there's a lot of talk that a lot of MLS teams want. I mean, why wouldn't you? If you're an MLS team, like I said, having the star power of Ronaldo would be sweet, but Zlatan coming and playing, that'd be even cooler. I mean, I could imagine him making that comeback with the Nike commercials that they had during World Cup, where they had the cartoon Zlatan, and he would give you some advice on something, and then he would be like, this is Zlatan or whatever. I love those commercials. Maybe you should bring those back if it comes to MLS. Get a new Nike deal. Who knows? That'd be a lot of fun. There is another transfer that we're looking at, though. There's a striker, Bertrand Tarrar. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Signed a 5-year deal with Leon, the BPL team, and for $10 million, he moved from Chelsea. Chelsea to Leon, that's a downgrade, whatever else you want to call it. I don't know. Chelsea played amazing soccer this year. That's all you really got to say about it. And then Mario Balotelli, this one was nice, I guess you should say. He signed a 1-year deal. He scored 15 goals. And, you know, it's pretty good. He scored 15 goals in the season. You can't really do much else about that. So he gets a signing bonus. That's awesome. And then Man U are looking to take Matic from Chelsea. That's huge, and it'll cost them a lot of money. Man U just seems to be all over the place right now. They wanted Griezmann for the longest time, and that's not happening. Griezmann's staying where he is. That's fine. Griezmann deserves to play wherever he wants to play. He's a great player. Man U seems to be all over the place with what's going on. So I got another transfer. It's not close to home where it is, but the player is close to home. He's a Dortmund amazing player. He's only 18 years old, Christian Pulisic. I've talked about the guy before. I like him a lot. He's a really good player. He's getting a lot of articles written about him saying that he is or could be the next superstar, world-known superstar. Not just for us, world-known. Better than Donovan, better than Dempsey. I mean, when you watch the kid play, he's for real. There's no doubting that. He plays for Dortmund right now, and the team that is talking to Dortmund is Bayern Munich. But then Pulisic came out and said that he's way too happy at Dortmund, and why wouldn't you be? You got a team that's about the same age as you, all play a similar play style. You guys fit perfect. Dortmund is a good team, and that's honestly a team that you're going to have to look out for if you're coming anywhere by the Champions League at all. I'm just saying. That's a really, really, really good young soccer team who has a lot more to grow on and build as long as they stay together. That's all you need from that team is to stay together. But let's talk about Pulisic for a second, because as I just said, I like him a lot. It's awesome to finally have a player in the U.S. that is getting talks of being one of the best national players in the world. I mean, honestly, that's something that soccer needed for this country to become more, I guess, well-known and liked in this country. Even though it is well-known and liked, and I mean, popularity is seeming to grow. I mean, if it wasn't, why wouldn't they be shooting our teams all over the time? Like, we always get teams over here, like we have PSG and Roma that are even playing against each other at Comerica. A couple years ago, we had Man U playing against Real Madrid. They're coming all the time. Soccer teams are. So you know the popularity has got to be growing a little bit. And with a player like Christian Pulisic, I mean, that's just going to help the popularity even more here. So we'll see how it goes. There's a lot that goes on in the soccer world. One thing that I do want to hit on real quick is, quite frankly, how much better the U.S. team already looks with Bruce Arena just becoming the coach not long ago. I mean, props to him for being able to get this team on the right track, it seems, quickly. Way quicker than I thought it was going to be. And it's fun to start watching and seeing. Last I checked, the U.S. national team has roughly an 80% chance to make it to the World Cup after their draw in Mexico, which I do want to talk about real quick. I mean, they haven't won a game in Mexico. The U.S. national team never has. And you come out with a 1-1 draw, that's a good outcome for you. That's something that you obviously you want to win, but if you can get a draw when you're in Azteca as a U.S. national team, right on, man. That's awesome. Michael Bradley played his heart out. Pulisic played great. You got to put the ball in the back of the net, boys. If you start doing that, you start finishing. You had some really good shots. Michael Bradley, obviously, with that, I believe it was 30 yards out, just got it right over Ochoa. Man, ooh. And then his second shot that hit off the crossbar. I mean, Michael Bradley played great, and you can tell that Pulisic understands where he needs to be, when he needs to be there, and what he has to do when he's got his foot on the ball. Some great looks. The defense played great. They were able to shut down heavy attacking Mexico team. For those of you who watch it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This Mexico team was relentless moving forward. They would get the ball out of the back line quickly. That I don't think a defender touched the ball for more than 3 seconds at a time before they got rid of the ball. They were playing fast-paced soccer. And the U.S. defense, which is usually not able to stay with them, stayed with them. We have a healthier-looking defense. They're faster. They're more intelligent. Just the U.S. national team is starting to look pretty good. And I mean, Men in Blazers said, 2018, it's your year. I mean, who knows? Who knows? They could be right. I don't think it is, though. They're still playing outstanding soccer. Well, we're looking forward to next year's World Cup. It's actually all the time I got. Cut it short a little bit, go 10 minutes. I could talk to you guys about a lot more, but I had everything I wanted to hit. So you just kicked it with Cam for a little bit. We'll talk to you more.